In daylights, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in miles, in laughter, in strife, in 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year in the life? Maybe I should start from the very beginning of how I even got into this whole situation. Okay, so first of all, I hope that's clearly that says Wild Hunters. Yes, I did used to live in Minnesota, but we rep in Chicago over here. Any rate, man, it's hard to say where to begin because in reality, I've always had issues. I don't want to say always had issues, but let's just say when it comes to navigating capitalism, I've done my very fucking best. This apartment that I've recently gotten kicked out of, um, first of all, it's October 7th. Shout out to Palestine, you know what I'm saying? Free the guys, you know what I'm talking about? Because I think about the situations that I'm in, and I'm just like, man, it's some real shit going on in the world. And, I got problems or whatever, but I'd be able to, still fare well. Even here in America, there's people that's not doing as well as me when it comes to navigating capitalism. So I'm keeping all of this shit in perspective and knowing about the global colonialism that has birthed this global capitalism. By the way, y'all, go check out my old shit. Also, I have a playlist of all of the anti-capitalism content that I've watched over the past couple/few years. It's on my page. Look up anti-capitalism, copyright 2022. Excuse me. So here's the deal. Um, I got my first apartment in Minnesota, um, downtown Minneapolis. I was able to get an apartment that was all included, downtown Minneapolis, uh, full apartment. Well, it was a studio, but it was a full studio. We'll keep that in mind. We'll talk about that. Um, for $515 a month, and it was still very difficult for me to not only get that apartment but to keep it. I kept it for a good 7 or 8 months, um, and then between that time, the time that I lost my apartment, and being actually homeless, like being out in the streets, not the cute homeless. I've been all versions of homeless. I've been the cute homeless where you just sleeping on somebody's couch, or you staying with family, or staying with a friend. But I've also been the real homeless where you like sleeping on public transit, sleeping outdoors, etc., etc. Um, I've been in a shelter. Uh, one of my exes let me sleep in her mom's car. Yeah, it was all type of shit. So keep that in mind as I tell this story. Um, and just I've always stood on business. Always. I've always been him when it came to standing on business. Always, always. Um, and a lot of people talk about. Watch my other video called "Boy versus Boss versus Bitch," the story of the beige bartender. Watch that because people love to talk about what makes a man a real man, but they always forget that a lot of times that being a real man. Let me turn that brightness up just a little bit as the sun leaves us for the day. But at any rate, people never talk about the aspect of manhood and standing on business. You know what I'm saying? You know, what was I gonna motherfucking say? Hold on. But anyway, let's talk about the capitalism at hand, which is this most recent apartment, which is my fourth apartment. Oh, I know. Before I get to this apartment, let's talk about my second apartment. Between the time I got kicked out, which was or evicted in 2017, so like we're just gonna say December. I remember getting into the shelter December of 2017, but I was like sleeping in the bullshit areas as early as like November of 2017. So from November 2017 until January 2020, um, I had been living in all type of places. So that 2+ time period, I was, homeless. Um, that being said, um, the apartment that I got in 2020 was similar to the apartment I had most recently here in Chicago. Man, the apartment I had uh, in Minnesota, that second apartment, I had got it through a disability. So basically, in the shelter, that second year I was in the shelter, one of the homies in the shelter, shout out Gucci. I don't remember bro real name, but he was telling motherfuckers to call him Gucci. But he was a GD from Joliet, and you meet motherfuckers in the shelter. Shout out Mac from Detroit. He was cool as hell. Um, I forgot that one motherfucker name from New Orleans. He was cool as hell. He had a motherfucking missing tooth and a gold tooth. Hell yeah, he was cool as fuck. But anyway, man, just all type of bittersweet memories of being in poverty and being in community with people who in a similar situation. But anyway, Gucci from Joliet, he was like, I know another GD homie who I went to high school with, who one of motherfuckers called, what is it with you GD niggas telling motherfuckers to call you Gucci? But anyway, bro was like, hey, he told me how to get the crib. He was like, go to the, so when you get into the homeless system in Minnesota, you gotta go to this shit called St. Olaf. They give you this motherfucker. Go watch my video. You will see it in the video a little bit. The community cards that they give you with your face on it, and they motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? They man, I'm high. They take your picture of St. Olaf, give you a ticket, not a ticket. It's like a ID with a barcode on it, and they get you access to the different homeless entities around the Twin Cities area. Mainly just Minnesota. I'm sorry, mainly just Minneapolis, because it's through like Hennepin County type shit. So St. Paul and all them other cities. That's Ramsey County. Anyway, he was like, go to the Opportunity Center. Opportunity Center, you had to have one of them cars. You go in there. He said, go tell them that you want an evaluation for general assistance. And he said he went in there and acted crazy. He said he was looking all over the place and shit, and like shifting his eyes and shit, like looking crazy and shit. And bro was like, yeah, do that shit, and motherfuckers is going get you set up for some sort of disability check, which is not much. It's not a lot at all. It's not no social security check, because those are much harder to get. By the way, the fact that they got this system set up where people who have legit uh disabilities, like physical disabilities, they can't walk and shit, it's hard for they ass too to get, you feel me, qualified for certain shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit be weak as hell. But at any rate, let me edit this. The sun came back out to play for a little bit, so let's turn that down just a bit. But at any rate, oh yeah, y'all see that? That shit say earn the black vote. Hell yeah. But anyway, um, so what I was gonna say. Hold on. Bro was actually the first one to get one of these apartments. And that's how, but he, before we even got the apartment, before he even got the apartment, he had told me about the general assistance move. He said they give you a link card. Well, you know they don't call it that in Minnesota, but they give you, I'm gonna speak in Chicago terms. They give you a link card. They put a link on your shit, and they put, a couple $100 on there for the general assistance shit. That shit took a little minute to get to me. Took some months, but that shit came through. Then the second thing you do, oh, this is how you qualify. You get to talk. What I did was I just went in there and I was like, I just played the angry black man role. I just went in there. I was like, yeah, man, because the dude was white. I was like, yeah, man, I don't trust white people and shit. I'm only here so I can get this motherfucking money. I don't know what the fuck y'all finna be in here tell. I just went in there spazzing, and he just was like, yeah, I totally understand, and I just want you to know, I want to help. I was like, oh shit, and so buddy ass helped me get the shit, get evaluated for depression. So I ended up being diagnosed with depression, even though I don't feel necessarily depressed. That was the first time I got diagnosed with depression. Then I got diagnosed with depression in 2021. But she said it was my shout out to my old therapist in 2021. In fact, she told me. So here's the thing. She diagnosed me with what she called mild depression. She said with manic features, and so I was like, manic depression? That's bipolar. And then she was like, no, 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 no. She was like, you have mild depression with manic features, meaning your depression not only because it's mild, you don't necessarily show up like depressed, um, but you may engage in like more riskier behavior. You may you may be like drawn to certain people that may not like type shit. Like she was like, your depression is like, you have. She also said like, I've brought tools to the table already. She said, I'm gonna give you more. All you gotta do is just remember it to do them. And this is for go watch my video about depression. Well, no, it's about therapy and my dad being a bitch ass nigga. That video is called dissing my dad on a Kendrick beat. Go watch that video. But at any rate, um, hold on, my bad. I keep forgetting my shit. Hold on. Oh yeah. So she was like, you came to the table with tools already. So this is what I'm gonna need you to do. She was like, so at first we was meeting like every week. Then she was like, you doing good. So we gonna meet every other week. Then we're gonna meet every 2 weeks. Then meet every 3 weeks and meet every month. Once we got to meeting every month, she was like basically like, you good. In fact, I didn't see her for like half a year because I wasn't even seeing her. Like we was having our sessions over the phone, but I had ended up becoming broke in 2022, and I ended up not having my phone. So for like months, I didn't talk to her, and then we ended up getting back connected. And then she was like, "Oh yeah, you seem like you still doing decent or whatever." And so she was like, she gave me the good to go. I'm saying all of this to say, go watch my other video to know that like, man, motherfuckers can manage their shit, G. I'm telling you, G, you can manage your shit for real. And I know we all have different, everyone's differently able. Go watch that video too. That's not my video, but shout out to Everything is Terrible. They be making some funny shit. EIT, go check they shit out. Type in I think it's the differently abled band, some shit like that. But no, they're actually showcasing them in a positive light. They do be like making fun of shit, but they're not making fun of the differently able people. They actually was raw as hell. Go check that shit out. It was a bunch of differently able people in a band. They all had like a different, whoopity wop, and they was all like playing a different instrument, and that shit was raw as hell. Go peep that shit. Go support that shit. Fuck is y'all talking about? But anyway, um, so I ended up, you know what I'm saying? So bro got the apartment first. The apartment was kind of bogus because it was the type of shit you shouldn't pay for. It's like it's small as fuck. You got to share a bath. Like the bathroom is like a public bathroom on each floor, and then there's a kitchen that the community shares, which that shit sucks. Um, and then yeah, you got a microwave in your shit. You got a sink in your shit. You got an armoire, a desk, I think, and a bed, a chair, trash can, and a dresser or a nightstand. And so I was fucking grateful for that shit because being homeless in Minnesota, you do not want to do that, my brother. You do not want to do that. That shit was not fun. To say the fucking least. Um, but I'm tough, right? I'm still standing. I'm still strong. Nah, I made that joke before in another video, I think. But you wouldn't know. You haven't watched it. Go watch motherfucking videos. Anyway, what was I? Hit the blunt every time I say, hit the joint every time I say, hit the vape every time I say, hit the bong every time I say, hit the bowl every time I say, go watch one of my other videos. You get me? But anyway, um, so I ended up getting the apartment, right? That shit was free. That shit was cool as hell. Fast forward to today, right? Why the fuck am I paying 900 basically? I paid 900 for my third apartment here and also in Hyde Park. It was a big ass studio apartment. It was so big. It was the biggest studio I ever been in. It was basically like the smallest one bedroom you ever been in. Cause I've seen one bedroom apartments and I've been like, this basically, I hope you paying a studio price for this shit. Cause this shit, but nah, my shit was spacious. My shit had sections and shit. But yeah, I was paying 900 for that. But now this 3L living. By the way, fuck 3L living. Y'all some hoes. Suck my dick. Lick my balls. Floss with my pubes. You like pick off a pube and you know what I'm saying? Fuck you. But anyway, 3L living had the nerve to rush me into a fucking apartment that was bogus as hell. They took advantage of the fact that uh all of these motherfucking apartment complex motherfuckers are pieces of shit. They are crooks. They got us all fucked up. Housing is a human right, bitch. Fuck is y'all talking about? But anyway, they rushed me into this shit. This motherfucking apartment is an old UFC apartment building that they are still they're still renovating to this day. When I first got there, the majority of the building was gutted the fuck out. They kept building shit as I moved in. I told these motherfuckers I want, because they have different apartments in this building. This building has different types of units. They have them little ass efficiencies. The one that I had, the apartment I had was basically like the efficiency I had in Minnesota, except you have your own bathroom. Now that's a plus. And then two two kitchens, but at first it was just one, and they kept moving it from floor to floor to floor because they kept trying to make everything a fucking unit. So that's why the units are different fucking sizes, because they used to be dorms. Some of them used to be let's turn this up a little bit because the sun leaving a little bit. Some of them used to be offices or whatever. It's crazy because like it ranges from the small apartments I have to like small studios to larger studios to one bedrooms to two bedrooms that got an extra bathroom in one of the bedrooms. You know what I'm saying? But at first, none of this. Only 3 floors were rentable. They didn't have the numbers on our units. That'll be important later. Hmm. So they eventually put pink sticky notes. Hey, go read my review on this. What y'all can do for me? Read my review on Google Maps. Type in 5401 South Cornell on Google Maps, and then look at the reviews. Go like my review so that everybody knows ain't no cap in my rap. And in my review, I added pictures. In fact, if y'all want to do another favor for me, y'all can put comments. Y'all be like, fuck this place. Y'all some hoes. Y'all got my mans fucked up. But at any rate, that apartment, damn, I keep forgetting my train of thought. Hold on, y'all. Oh, I know what else y'all can do for me. So that I can, number one, have engagement, and number two, see how many of y'all are actually watching the whole video. Type in the comments 5401. Type in 5401 in the comments. so that I know y'all fucking with me. Please do that. Matter of fact, make that shit a hashtag. Make that shit a hashtag. Make that shit a hashtag. But anyway, they didn't even have the pink sticky notes when I moved in. It was just blank doors. This motherfucker who rented the apartment to me, who showed me the apartment, he told me that my apartment would have a full kitchen in it, because the kitchen that you got in your apartment is just 2 electric cooktops and a convection oven. But the studios in there have a full whoopity wop, a full, stove and oven. This son of a bitch didn't have the keys to the unit. And so he showed me another unit and then said, it's basically gonna be the same. This lying piece of dog shit. I kept trying, because he told me the unit was 608. Shout out to my neighbors in 608 though. Y'all raw as hell. Y'all know, I shouldn't, oh shit. Fuck. I shouldn't say that. Scratch that. Shout out to my, damn. Fuck. I wish I could bleep that out. Forget I said that shit. But y'all know who y'all are. Shout out to don't come looking for motherfuckers, because motherfuckers pull it up. You'll get your ass blow it up. But anyway, shout out to the whole 6th floor, matter of fact, because they was rocking with me. I ain't gonna say too much more incriminating shit. Just know motherfuckers helped me out in that motherfucker. And that building, fuck that building. Y'all can suck my dick. But anyway, so this motherfucker lied and said, so I was emailing him. I'm like, hey bro, can I please get the shout out to my auntie and uncle and cousin, and that's who I was living with at the time. And I had to get up out of there. I was like, yo, I need to no, I wasn't living with them at the time. I'm tweaking. I was still living in my apartment at the time. But shout out to my auntie and uncle and cousin and who I was staying with and shit. But anyway, y'all, I was in that motherfucker. Trying to get bro to answer, and he didn't respond. So I went online and just was like, maybe the reason he didn't have the key to 608 is because that's the wrong name of it. Maybe it's 607, because when I went on the website, 607 was the only one close to the number he told me. And so I applied for that. And then all of a sudden, after I applied for that, then this bitch ass nigga starts finally responding. And I'm like, bro, thank you for finally fucking responding so I can get into this, but why you ain't respond earlier and shit? But anyway, when I fucking moved in, I have finally put down like most of my shit, and I looked over in the area I expected to be a kitchen, and I was like, what is this little shit? I was like, what is this little shit? And so I'm calling Spaz, and not only that, my internet is not working because I came with my own internet shit. They tell you that internet is included in the rent, which is fine, but I don't need y'all shit. Come to find out, you can't put your own internet in there. Your shit will not work. The building has internet. More on the building's internet later. Keep that in your back pocket for later. But anyway, so not only was it not the right unit, the fucking towel rack wasn't properly installed and fell shit out the fucking wall, bars. Then the fucking heater was weak as hell. The air that was coming out was like light as hell. Like, I was like, what is this little shit? What is this little bullshit? You feel me? I'm mad as fuck looking at this dumb shit. I'm like, damn, they really got me fucked up. Let's turn this light up a little bit. All right. But anyway, so, man, I'm calling and shit. Number one, I move in on a Friday. I don't really get a hold of nobody for real. I'm in the wrong unit tip, but on the my fucking I didn't mention that the toilet had a fucking piece of porcelain lodged in it. So the toilet overflowed. Man, y'all, that is actually an emergency. Plumbing. For all y'all that haven't, got y'all own apartment yet, or for y'all that don't know, plumbing is always an emergency. If it's anything in your bathroom that involves water, they gotta come right away. It could be a Saturday, it could be a Sunday, it could be nighttime. They gotta come. And these motherfuckers gonna say, they got a bunch of fucking bumbling idiots working there. Got a bunch of fucking goofball Jamals working there. Got a bunch of fucking useless, man. Anyway, they're, maintenance doesn't come on Saturdays. Sorry. And so nothing got handled until Monday, and barely that. So that Monday, this bitch, who's the fucking maintenance, or I mean, sorry, not maintenance, the manager, is talking about, well, you already signed the lease, and you did it so fast. I'm like, oh, don't fucking do that. You will not gaslight me. She told me also, and this is proof that the motherfucker who, by the way, I believe he got fired because I put all kinds of pressure on that ass. I kept using his first and last name. I was like, yeah, this stupid son of a bitch told me that he would get me in the right unit that had a full kitchen, and this stinking piece of dog shit didn't do that. So what ended up happening instead was this lady is telling me, oh, actually, and this is how I knew he was a lying bitch, because the management told a different story than what he said. She's like, yeah, he's talking about 608, but actually 608 was already unavailable because it was claimed to be rented by the time you were even ready to rent. And I was like, oh, so that's why he didn't fucking have the key, and that's why he didn't respond to me. Bars. Um, and so I'm like, okay, so your employee lied. I was like, I'm holding you responsible for that though. And so I was always on their ass. Also, before I go any further, I want to say, fuck Carnell Connie Bear. Y'all should write some bad reviews for them hoes too. They were having so many different people stop working there. People who either just didn't want to work there no more, or they were firing people, or they couldn't afford to keep people. I ended up getting that job because I got I was actually an apprentice at that job, and they told me that they were gonna hire me on. I'm going somewhere with this. And yes, this is a gripe session. You can absolutely leave if it sounds like, oh, he's just complaining. Suck my dick. I'm gonna keep speaking my fucking shit, because I ain't gonna call it speaking my truth. I'm gonna say speaking the truth, and I'm gonna keep talking my fucking shit. But anyway, that was the most money I had ever made in my life. $25 an hour. Uh, it was a salaried position. Essentially, it was like a combination of like, it was like a hybrid model. I've never had that before. Excuse me for wiping my feet on camera, y'all. But anyway, I was grounding, and I just got to put my my socks and shoes back on because, as y'all see, the the fucking sun is leaving us, character. But anyway, what was I gonna fucking say? Um, they're like, yeah. Hold on, let me just finish this real quick, y'all. I'm sorry. Hold on. Salary, salary. Anyway, so they're like, oh yeah, we don't have any complaints about you. You're doing a real good job. Yeah, we're gonna hire you on. And then like after the and see, I was an apprentice, But I wasn't an apprentice. I was an apprentice. I wasn't an intern, but I saw how they treated the interns. Another black brother who was an intern. I overheard him going over to ask my manager, who was the same. We had the same manager. He was trying to like ask him about like, so what's the deal? Like, because the apprenticeship, my shit was like 6+ months. They only came for like 3 months. Um, I could see the brother over there like, you saying like, yo, what's up? What's the and dismissive ass white devils just, oh well, saying the same bullshit of nothing burger ass bullshit. Um, as the white people say, nothing burger ass bullshit. That they were saying to me, they were saying to bro basically. I was like, man, y'all some hoes. Cause up until that point, I was still working there. Um, but I had still been asking about the future. I'm like, okay, so what's the dealio? How does shit finna look, in the future? How can I prepare for this upcoming, you know what I'm saying, role and shit? And they're just like, oh yeah, we'll get to you. Oh yeah, and I'm just like, fucking devils. So unceremoniously, told that they enjoyed my time at the internship, but they can't do it or whatever the fuck. Bitch, yes you can. Yes, we can. Stinking ass. And so, change the world. Change the world. Where that nigga at? Where that nigga at? The President Jesus. Where that nigga at? Anyway, did he help? Did he help us? Like they say all the rest of these motherfuckers. Let me say some shit about Brandon fucking Johnson. Brandon Johnson is half progressive, half status quo. He's politically biracial, and I don't have time for these motherfucking mixed motherfuckers. I think that's why the motherfucking hoteps be, them crazy ass motherfuckers don't be trying to deal with the biracials. I don't excuse that shit. They still wildin'. But at the same time, it's like you can see just how easy it is for motherfuckers to oscillate, vacillate, whatever the word is, between like who they want to have goddamn alliance to. And this Brandon Johnson motherfucker, oh my God. He's just trying to spread himself. Like, you're gonna fuck yourself up doing this, trying to be all things to all people bullshit. Just stand on business for us. And he not from Chicago. That motherfucker's from fucking Elgin. Look it up. Look it up. He's from Elgin. Look it up. Anyway, um, hey, if y'all still watching, type Elgin in the comments. Type Elgin in the comments. No, seriously, type Elgin in the comments. We need that engagement. Need that engagement, my boy. Nah, but anyway, what the fuck was I finna say? Hold on, y'all. Also, I'm very, very, very politically black. Go watch my other video, my music video, my campaign ad video. It's all in one. It's called Williams for Mayor. Go scroll down to my videos. You gonna see it. Williams for Mayor. Go watch that shit. Anyway, despite these motherfuckers being bitch ass niggas at this apartment, I still, up until the point I lost that job, I lost that position, I had been paying rent every single month for a year straight. I was paying rent. Then guess what? Around early October of last year, seemed like everybody lost their fucking mind around that time. Free Palestine, free the guys. Anyway, um, this bitch gonna motherfucking say, uh, she so even after I lost the job, I was still scrambling to like make rent. And so I had paid rent in like portions. And I've done that before, and that's allowed. They allow you to do that. So I did that shit, right? Here come this bitch in motherfucking October talking about uh last October 2023, talking about um anybody, sent the email talking about anybody who doesn't pay their rent in full. your internet is gonna get cut off. Remember about the internet? That's probably why they forced you to use the internet. Talking about it comes with the rent, bitch. You're not doing me no fucking favors. Anyway, what I was finna say, uh, shit. She cut my internet off, and I said, all right. So I paid up until that month of October. I paid like half my rent, and I was gonna pay the rest at the end of the month. But since this bitch want to talk about cutting my internet off, I thought she was just playing. Honestly, I was like, oh yeah, you got this. Got to be like some sort of troll. Like you've been hacked. Like I don't know. You might be drunk and you up late and just wanted to send emails on some. You feel me? I don't know. Maybe I ain't know what the fuck to think of that. I'm like, bitch, you're really finna try to cut my internet off because I didn't pay the full rent, even though I paid half. Come on, shorty. And I've been paying rent on time every single month for a year straight, bitch. Anyway, she gonna fucking cut my internet off. Shout out to my neighbors because they let me use their internet until she cut they shit off. Um, I just didn't pay. I just didn't pay the entire time from October 11th, uh, 2023 to the time they kicked me out, which was this past Thursday, and we finna get into the nitty gritty of that. I know y'all been waiting on that. Y'all been waiting on that shit. We been talking about that shit because it almost got violent between me and a Cook County coon. There was a giant Cook County coon who there's a big fat policeman that but anyway, what was that? October 3rd? No, October 4th. I don't know. Maybe it was October 3rd. I don't know. Boyfriend's Day or whatever the fuck. Um, I think it was that day. Uh, if that was Thursday, yeah, that was the day that whole ass came in and kicked me out. Um, but nah, I didn't pay for a year straight, and honestly, I was trying to move. I really was. I was trying to find a fucking job. I've been looking for a job. I tried looking for a job before they fired me. 2 weeks before, it was either 1 or 2 weeks before they fired me. I didn't know that it was coming, but I was just like, I'm tired of this shit. Like y'all got me fucked up. And so, because they was playing so many games at that fucking job. I really don't want to get into it. They was just super dismissive, super glad handy, but also ignore the shit out of you at the same time. Ironically, I'm not finna go into all the details of that bullshit, but all I'm gonna say is fuck they ass. Hoe ass, bitch ass motherfuckers. They all some bitches. Fuck them all. Especially that motherfucking, the first manager, that white devil, he's a bitch. And then the white devil who he said, the white devil who he replaced as my fucking manager, he was just a random coworker that and our relationship just ended up being awkward as fuck because he really tried to be one of them. Like now that he is a supervisor of me and shit, and I was just like, bro, your ass is fucking tweaking. That white devil is a bitch. And if I see any of y'all from that job, I probably would smack the shit out of one of y'all. But at any rate, let's turn this light up just a tad bit. Ooh, that's not really working. Can we turn this up a little bit? There we go. But anyway, I think that's probably good. But anyway, it's getting a little chilly. Probably want to zip this one up. Um, but at any rate, I'm hot as hell because this whole time, ironically, I was hot as hell that whole time, mad as fuck because I'm looking at this shit like y'all keep playing with me and everybody. I've been looking for a job for over a year straight. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if y'all got it, hit the Cash App. You know what I'm saying? Cash App, the cash tag, which is the $ COMMVENT. If you already sent me some cash in the past, thank you. I appreciate it. But for all of y'all that's new, if you got it, fuck with your boy. But at any rate, um, so I'm in this motherfucker mad as hell, just trying to figure out a plan, and then finally, uh, I actually get summoned to court. And long story short, bars, we end up doing a deal. They say if you could be out by August 31st, you won't have an eviction on your record. We can forget all about this. I have been trying to call, ask family. Some family fucking ignored me. Y'all know who the fuck y'all are. Shout out to the people who did the best they could to, accommodate me. All you gotta do is tell me no. I respect a no more than a nothing. I'm gonna say that again. I respect no more than nothing. I can't respect nothing. I can only respect something. Anyway, what the fuck was I finna say? So, um, let me take a break for a second. I might even roll up. Hold on. I meant to say I might even roll up. Hold up. Anyway, I love Chicago, but the last time shit got like this, I had to motherfucking leave the state. Chicago is so fucking unsustainable. Brandon fucking Johnson. Cause look, I've been calling. It's not just his fault. But here's the thing though. He is doing some bullshit though by playing in our face. But anyway, he not the worst motherfucker in the world, and we already know this. So don't even do that. But anyway, he ain't no Harold Washington, but he ain't no Rahm Emanuel, and he definitely ain't no mother. He ain't no what's her name? Lori Longfoot. But anyway, that's what my brother called her. But anyway, so yeah, um, I have been calling 311. You supposed to go up to the West Side location, 10 South Casey. What the fuck are y'all doing? I went to Matthew's house. What the fuck are y'all doing? I've called a lot of them places all around, Revive, all of that shit. They supposed to come pick you up and pick up all your shit and take you to a shelter. That has not happened. I have been calling for a fucking month. And they keep, every time I call, they like, okay, yeah, your case is still open. And I'm like, okay, so they're like, yeah, we don't know anything. I'm like, okay, so is this normal? They was like, it can happen like this sometimes. I'm like, okay, so is there anything I can do? They was like, no, you just gotta keep calling. And I was like, okay, so what about me going up there myself? I went up there myself. They was like, no, that's not gonna make a difference. I'm like, okay, so what the fuck I'm supposed to do? But anyway, yeah. So yeah, and they wonder why I smoke so much. But anyway, so yeah, man. What the fuck was I finna say? Oh yeah, maybe I could just get into this whole conversation about getting kicked out. All right. So this whole time I have been trying to find a job, trying to find another spot to go to. Nothing is happening. So I just stayed in the crib. Morning of October 3rd comes, abrupt as fuck. Oh my god, it was awful. Um, this giant coon is at the door. So my door, if you was to anybody who visited me, y'all have seen that my apartment, when you get off the elevator, is right there, right? So you get off the elevator, or they gotta. I hear the elevator go bing. I still don't got no clothes on, but I walk to the peephole. By the way, the building that I lived in, I'm gonna y'all still probably don't get how trifling this building is. The building has over 100 units. I am the only person who has a peephole on their door. Why? Because I asked for it. That's fucking ridiculous. Anyway, I look out the peephole. I hear a lot of commotion, sound like a party, and it's 12, 4 deep, county 12. I see a lady cop trying to open the door, and I instantly locked the door right back and leaned on the door, and I'm like, "Hey y'all, hold on, let me put some clothes on." I really was trying to put some clothes on. Well, let me just say this real quick. These motherfuckers, when they come to do an eviction, their whole thing that they're worried about is someone trying to like uphold. And that's what they was like suggesting the whole time. And I'm like, your life isn't worth nothing. You're a hired coon. Your life don't mean shit to me to try to like take it. For your life to be taken off this earth, it has to have value. You don't mean shit to me. You're a piece of shit. You're here to tear. I called them motherfuckers terrorists when they came in my house. But hold on, I'm jumping the gun. Pun intended, because we'll talk about guns in a second. Um, so so I fucking lean against the door because these assholes are still trying to open it. The chief coon is like, hold on, no, let me. And then he like, hey, open this door, man. You ain't got no clothes on. It don't matter. We got males out here. And I was like, nigga, hold the fuck on and let me put some clothes. I'm like, I'm not in the mood for your fucking jokes, dumbass boy. And then he like, hey, man, I'm finna come in there anyway, bro. And then he's still trying to like barge in. And so he see I'm not drawing. I got the shit twisted and I'm leaning on that shit. I'm not budging. I'm like, hold the fuck on. And he was like, hey, I'm gonna break this dough down. And he got one of them little swinging woobity wops. He didn't have a huge one, but he had one that's like the size of your arm. And then I see him pick it up and he kind of like lightly tapped it against the door on some trying to troll me type shit. And I was like, all right, fuck it. So my bathroom door is right immediate. If you're facing inside of my apartment, to the right, it's immediately there. So I dipped instantly in there. Actually, let me paint it even more clear because I'm also skipping a step. Across from my bath, because this fucking unit is small as hell. You got the door to get out, the closet door, which is a walk-in closet, kind of, sort of, and then the bathroom. I kind of like still leaned against the door, grabbed some clothes that was hanging right on my fucking chin-up bar in the doorway of the walk-in closet, and then ran into the bathroom, leaned against that door, and tried to like hurry up and push it on. They came through. You hear the walkie-talkies and shit too. He in this bathroom. I'm like, nigga, hold the fuck on and let me put some fucking clothes on. And then he like, I don't know what you got in here. I don't know what type of weapons you got. And I have a shotgun that doesn't work. It's old as fuck. It's up for decoration. Slow motherfucker. It's up above this like little, I don't know what you want to call it, like, or whatever that goes above is probably a more proper term for it. And I have the gun like right there. It looks cool as fuck just for decoration. Look, he got weapons in here, blah, 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 blah. And so I put my clothes on. He like, I'm finna break this door down too. And so I open the door and I'm like, nigga, what the fuck is your problem, bitch ass nigga? I told your ass to hold your fucking. I just was spazzing and shit. And then they was like, okay, we are here to do an eviction, blah, 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 blah. You can't grab none of your stuff. I was like, hell no, I'm finna grab my shit. They was like, you can only get like a charger, your phone and shit. I tried to grab my bag. This stupid motherfucker grabs my bag and sees that I have a knife in it. He grabs my bag away from me, like, nah, you can't take this. He's like, let's see, he got weapons in here. I was like, bro, are you fucking slow? And he's like, yeah, I am. I was like, you a bitch ass nigga. He was like, hey, I ain't gonna be too many more bitch ass niggas. So then we like stared each other down and shit. They ended up taking my gun off the wall and putting it on the table. They put it next to the knife and shit. And I was just like, man, I hate a fucking coon, bro. I hate an old nigga. I love elders, but I hate old niggas. You anti-black, not knowing how the fuck the world works, colonized mind having motherfuckers. I hate you all. Anyway, as I was fucking saying, so eventually, that's all the only shit that I could get. So they take me out of the fucking, they escort me out. They tell me that I'm trespassed, so I try to leave. They're like, no, you got to go with us. Because I tried to use the stairs or whatever, because I'm pissed. I'm just trying to leave, like, instantly. I'm not trying to wait on no elevator. But they make me get on the elevator with them. So while we on the elevator, I'm just staring at the coon. Like, I'm just staring at his ass the whole time. And so, you know, the elevator's going bing, bing. And I'm just staring at his ass the whole time. And then eventually he wasn't noticing that I was staring at him at first. But then he kind of like looked and then he saw me staring and then he shook his head and shit. Anyway, we get outside. It's cold. I barely have clothes on because it's still the morning. uh, the coon is the only one explaining and talking about, uh, yeah, so you gotta arrange a meeting to get your stuff. By the way, that's a lie. They will take your shit. They will throw your shit away. They ain't do that shit to me though, and we'll talk about that soon. By the way, Google WTTW.com forward slash firsthand, WTTW.com forward slash firsthand. And then actually Google it. Google, instead of that, scratch that. Google WTTW firsthand, and then type in Yolanda. I think that's what her name is. It's either Yolanda or Veronica. Type in either one. Either one should come up. You should just see a black lady and listen to that black lady tell her story. Watch that shit. Watch it now. Well, not right now. Not right now. Finish watching my shit. Then go watch some of the rest of my shit. Then go watch that shit. But anyway, um, so after the coon gets done talking, I look at the white guy who is, I guess, one of the owners or building managers or whatever, who I've only seen recently. I've been living there for 2 years. I had never seen him until very recently, like maybe within like a month or so. And so then I'm looking at him. I'm like, bro, what's up? So what am I going to do? He's like, I'm going to call Tim. Tim is the bitch ass maintenance guy, white dude, another white devil. So this white devil Tim, he's saying is going to come change the locks in my unit. And then after he changes the locks, then I could go get my shit. And so I was like, man, that's some bullshit. So as the coon and his gang are walking away, they're 4 deep, so they go each to a car. The coon is saying what he's saying. I'm like, man, you a bitch ass nigga. You a coon. He was like, I'll be whatever you want me to be. I said, it ain't what I want you to be. I want you to be a man, but you being a fucking coon. And then he said, hey, I'll pay my rent. I said, yeah, fuck you. You suck 100 dicks a day. And then he got up in his car and just drove off. So then the white devil goes to the curb. This is important. He goes to the corner of the curb and he's facing away from the building. He's on the phone talking and says that it's gonna be about an hour before bro gonna get here and shit, and he's still on the phone talking to him. So I waited like 5 or 10 minutes, took my chocolates off, ran right around the back, but we coming through the back, ran through the back, ran up the stairs, grabbed some of my shit, grabbed a bag, put some food to eat, grabbed a bag full of my tools, that'll be important soon, and then I ran out, I had my bike too, had a little day for myself and shit, and then I waited until 6 or 7 p.m. I forgot, but it was after hours and shit. Ran upstairs because my fob still works. They don't take your key. So I went up there, see that my door was locked and shit. Because they rechanged the locks. So I take a hammer, I slide it in. You know how in the movies they fucking put a fucking card and open a fucking. I've never seen that shit work on any fucking door. I'm like, what the fuck type of TV bullshit y'all talking about? But anyway, I take my hammer and try to do it that way. I push like a lot of space in between the door where like I can kind of fit my hand through, and I slip the hammer down in there and I pull the hammer down, and it's weakening the door, but it's not really doing shit. In fact, it started to bend my hammer. So then I eventually started to boom, like bump against it and kick against it and shit. Shout out to my neighbors. One of my neighbors saw me struggling. He was like, hey, bro, you need some help? I was like, yeah. He went and got one of the other homies. And then all 3 of us took turns with the hammer in the door, like as leverage. On some cartoon shit, we was trying to bum rush it all at the same time, but that wasn't really working. So then they said, let's do it one by one. So then the tallest one went first, then the second bro went, and then I went. And then we did that shit one more time. Tallest bro went, then the other bro went, and then I finally went and boom, went through. Bruh. I got all the rest of my shit, gave some shit away to my neighbors, and I fucked that unit up. And I suggest when y'all leave, especially if y'all don't pay a deposit, if you don't pay a security deposit, fuck that unit up. I fucked them doors up. I broke the windows to you. I broke the fucking windows, bro. I destroyed that motherfucking convection oven. I fucked the ceiling fan up. The floor was already fucked up because it was so fucking tacky. I fucked that cooktop up. I fucked the cabinets up. I fucked the toilet up. I fucked the bathroom mirror up. What else I do? What else I do? Uh, I totally took some of my tools and screwdrive unscrewed the nails off one of the doors and straight took the doors off and took it outside. I did all type of shit. Fuck them. Y'all be blessed.